The TV show Power Rangers debuted in 1993 and became a cultural phenomenon. Toys, clothing, posters, and even pogs. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. They used to literally sell us pieces of paper cut out into circles, and we'd throw them on the ground. The 90s were a simpler time. Anyway, Power Rangers was everywhere and remained relevant throughout the 90s and into the 2000s. So more than likely you've at least heard of Power Rangers. So originally there were 5 Rangers, red, blue, black, pink, and yellow, and eventually green joining them. I say all this because there was a detail I never noticed as a child, and I only recently found out about this, and it blew my mind. Did you know the Black Ranger, played by Walter Emmanuel Jones, was missing his middle finger? And not just in real life, but also his character in the show. Did any of you know this? Have any of you ever seen this detail before? I first read about it in a comment section, and I wasn't alone in my disbelief. Dozens of people were completely blown away by this fact, so I had to know more. And sure enough, we weren't alone. How did this possibly escape the eyes of everyone who watched this? I watched Power Rangers all the time as a child, and it's amazing to me that I never noticed this detail. I owned action figures of all of them, and the reason I remember this so clearly is because they had articulating fingers, as in bendable fingers to hold their weapons. This wasn't a very common feature of toys back then, so for whatever reason, this detail stuck with me. Perhaps this is just a shocking detail that I and many others simply never noticed or picked up on. Maybe it was always that way. I'm legitimately conflicted when I look at all the details. 1. He says he lost his finger in an accident at an early age. 2. There are a bunch of photos and clips of him on the show without his middle finger. 3. There are also a bunch of photos and clips of him on the show with his middle finger. 4. All of the merch, toys, and marketing showed him with all of his fingers. And finally 5. Unlike today, TVs were much smaller back then, and the resolution on CRT televisions was much lower than it is today. So I'm left wondering what to believe. Is this another case of the Mandela effect where history seems to have changed and now all of us are left to catch up on all the new details? Or has this always been the case? Let me hear your thoughts and your memories in the comments below.